Comfort doesn't announce itself as the enemy. It doesn't show up with a warning label or a loud alarm. It doesn't come in the form of a bad person or a destructive habit you can easily identify and cut out. It comes softly. It comes wearing the face of rest, of stability, of "you've earned this," of "it's okay to take it easy today." It whispers that everything is fine, that you can ease up, that what you have right now is enough, and why risk losing it by wanting more? And the insidious thing about comfort is that it isn't always wrong. Rest is real. Stability matters. Gratitude for what you have is not weakness. But there is a version of comfort, a slow, creeping, years-long version that quietly becomes a cage. And the tragedy is that most people don't notice they're inside it until they've been there so long that the bars start to feel like walls of a home. Welcome to Motivation Daily. This is March 14th, and today I want to talk about the thing that is most likely, not fear, not failure, not lack of talent, but comfort that is standing between you and the life you actually want. Here is how it happens. You work hard for a while. You earn something, a position, a salary, a relationship, a routine that functions. And then, almost without realizing it, you shift from building to protecting, from growing to maintaining, from asking what's possible to asking what's safe. The hunger that drove you starts to quiet down because the urgency is gone. You're not starving anymore, you're comfortable. And comfortable feels like winning until you look up one day and realize that you haven't actually moved in years. This is one of the most common and least talked about forms of being stuck, because it doesn't look like being stuck from the outside. It looks like stability. It looks like a reasonable, responsible adult life. But inside, there's a restlessness that won't fully go away, a sense that you were made for something more than what you're currently doing with your days. A quiet but persistent voice that says, "Is this really it?" That voice is not ingratitude. That voice is not selfishness. That voice is growth trying to happen. And when you drown it out with comfort, with Netflix and routines and the next distraction, you don't silence it, you just postpone the reckoning. And reckonings, when they come late, tend to come hard. Think about the muscle analogy, because your life works exactly the same way. A muscle that is never challenged doesn't stay the same. It atrophies. It weakens slowly, quietly, until the day you need it and it isn't there. The same is true for your courage, your ambition, your tolerance for discomfort, your ability to do hard things. If you don't use them, if you arrange your life carefully around never needing them, they fade. And when the moment comes that demands something of you, you find yourself reaching for a strength you let rust. Comfort costs you more than you think. It costs you in capability. It costs you in aliveness, that electric feeling of being fully engaged with your own life. It costs you in the relationships that require you to grow, the opportunities that require you to risk, the version of yourself that only emerges under pressure and challenge, and the decision to keep going when everything in you wants to stop. Now, I want to be precise here because this is important. I am not telling you to blow up your life. I am not telling you that rest is bad or that you should manufacture suffering for the sake of toughening up. That's not wisdom. That's just a different kind of dysfunction. What I am saying is this: there is a difference between rest and stagnation, between recovery and retreat, between genuine contentment and the numbing comfort of avoiding what you know you need to face. Learning to tell the difference, honestly, without flinching, is one of the most important skills you will ever develop.
Ask yourself right now, where in your life have you gotten too comfortable? Not comfortable in a healthy, sustainable way, but comfortable in a way that has stopped you from growing. Is it in your career, where you stopped raising your hand because the current position is safe enough? Is it in your health, where you stopped pushing because the baseline is acceptable, even if it isn't what you want? Is it in a relationship where you've stopped investing because the friction of growth feels like too much work? Is it in your creative life where you stopped making things because the risk of putting yourself out there felt too high? Be honest, you already know the answer. The discomfort you felt reading that list, that's the information. That's the signal. Don't ignore it. The antidote to comfort is not misery. It's challenge. Chosen, intentional, voluntary challenge. The kind where you look at the thing that makes you slightly nervous and you walk toward it instead of away from it, where you raise the standard in an area you've let slide, where you say yes to the hard conversation, the difficult project, the bigger goal, not because you're certain you can handle it, but because you've decided that growth matters more than ease. Every time you choose the harder right over the easier wrong, you rebuild the muscle. Every time you sit with discomfort instead of reaching for the nearest distraction, you expand your capacity. Every time you do the thing that comfort told you to skip, you remind yourself of who you actually are, beneath the softness that accumulates around all of us when life gets too easy for too long. Comfort is not your friend right now. It is the friendly face of a force that is slowly, gently, convincingly talking you out of your own potential. Don't let it. Choose the hard thing today. Not every hard thing, just one. The one you've been avoiding because avoiding it is so much easier than facing it. That is where your growth is waiting. That is where you come alive. If this one hit close to home, share it. Someone in your life needs to hear it too. Subscribe to Motivation Daily and join us every day for the push that keeps you moving forward. Drop a comment and tell me, what comfortable situation have you been letting hold you back? Today is the day we name it. See you tomorrow. Keep going.